I spent over $1,000 on the best-selling K-beauty products to find out what's worth it and what isn't. I feel like the K-beauty trend has never been more popular. They have great quality products at low price points, and I'm gonna start here with the sunscreen that has been all over social media. It's the Beauty of Joseon Relief Sun Sunscreen. I picked this up on YesStyle, which is where I purchased all the products for this video, and I had been wanting to try this for so long. It took me 6 months of researching, purchasing, testing, and reviewing these products for you, and this sunscreen is just as good as everybody says it is. Keep in mind that prices on YesStyle fluctuate, so everything here is approximate. I purchased this for $14.40, and the Relief Sun is broad spectrum SPF 50 PA++++ to fend off UVA and UVB rays. This organic sunscreen comes in a lightweight cream texture that absorbs quickly into the skin without leaving a white cast. It's a chemical sunscreen that contains niacinamide, rice extract, and grain-derived probiotics to keep the skin supple and hydrated. There's no oxybenzone, octinoxate, animal-derived ingredients, and it's fragrance and essential oil free, safe for sensitive skin. If you're new here, I have some of the most sensitive skin that you'll ever meet. This is virtually the only chemical sunscreen that I can use because it doesn't irritate my eyes and it doesn't sting my face. I have tried the best chemical sunscreens from Australia and Korea, and this is still the only chemical sunscreen that does not irritate my face. It has a lightweight cream texture and it truly just feels like a hydrating moisturizer. It has a slightly dewy finish, but it's not too dewy on my combination skin. Because it's fragrance and essential oil free, I absolutely love it. And on YesStyle, they come in a little mini size. So if I'm traveling and I don't want to bring a full bottle, they have a mini option as well. I truly cannot recommend this enough. The Relief Sun started my idea for this video, so now we're going to go in order of how I would apply products, starting with skincare. Also from Beauty of Joseon, I picked up this Radiance Cleansing Balm, which comes in a container like this. I absolutely love that you don't have to unscrew the lid every time. You can just boop, pop it open. The Radiance Cleansing Balm is $15.20, and the website says this renewed version of Radiance Cleansing Balm presents an upgraded formula that thoroughly removes all traces of makeup and impurities. Its rice bran water and grain extract replenishes skin with moisture to prevent dryness. This is a fantastic cleansing balm. It's fragrance and essential oil free, so it's safe for sensitive skin. And if I had to compare this to another formula, it's very similar to the Naturium Cleansing Balm, where it feels a little bit like more of a sorbet cleansing balm, but with more creaminess to it. It's just really nice. It gets the job done. It doesn't strip my skin. My skin just feels really nice and soft and supple, and I have zero complaints. I could completely see myself purchasing this again. And by the way, at the end of the video, I will be recapping all my favorite products. So for now, we're just going to talk about the reviews. But I also had to pick up the Anua Heartleaf Pore Control Cleansing Oil. I personally prefer a cleansing oil to a balm because I find that cleansing oils are so much more spreadable. They kind of go a little bit more of a long way for me, and this one is absolutely fantastic. I think it's probably my favorite cleansing oil of all time. It's $16.95 on YesStyle, and the website says, coming in a non-comedogenic formula and containing plant oils, including jojoba, olive fruit, and grapeseed oils, this oil cleanser effectively rids the skin of impurities while leaving a refreshed and hydrated finish. Heartleaf extract in the lightweight formula helps keep irritants at bay, and it's suitable for acne-prone skin. So there is a little bit of fragrance here, but no essential oils, but I find that my skin can handle a little bit of fragrance as long as it's in a wash-off product. And I love that this smells like a spa. There's just something about that in-shower experience that makes me feel so relaxed. I absolutely love the way that this smells. It has a very spreadable, lightweight texture. A lot of times cleansing oils can be kind of thick and they like stick on your face and they don't really spread easily. This one is an absolute dream to use. It feels luxurious. It feels like it would be at a much higher price point than it is. I would definitely say that right now, this is the first cleanse product that I'm going to be repurchasing time and time again. I honestly don't know how many bottles of this I've gone through. It's the Cosrx Comfort Ceramide Cream Mist. This is $15.05, and the description says, comfort parched winter skin with this uber hydrating face mist infused with 6 kinds of ceramides to raise moisture levels. Additional ingredients of panthenol adds a soothing touch. Cream and essence formula effectively forms a double-layered moisture barrier on top of the skin for some extra TLC. This is by far my favorite mist or toner to use, both in the morning and in the evening. I'll get to the Laneige in a second, but I prefer this over the Laneige. I find that it's really, really soothing and moisturizing on my skin. And compared to the Laneige Cream Skin Toner, this one is a little bit less like greasy feeling. It's definitely a little more lightweight, which is more suitable for my combination acne-prone skin. This is completely unscented, but I remember someone telling me me it had some essential oils a few months ago, but I've been through several bottles of this and I've never noticed any irritation. It just instantly moisturizes my skin. It truly is a lightweight liquid moisturizer. And the mister on this one is actually so fine that I feel like I have to spritz like 10 to 15 times to really cover my full face and neck. It's just such a good product. It perfectly preps for skincare and makeup, and I will buy this until the end of time. A similar product is the Laneige Cream Skin Cerapeptide Refiner. This is $32.80, although that's the price that I got on Sephora, so I don't know if that's what YesStyle is selling it for, but the description says the skin refiner is infused with glycerin and meadow foam seed oil to gently moisturize skin and strengthen the skin barrier. It features Cerapeptide to improve skin elasticity and reveal a youthful appearance. The lightweight formula is free of 11 potentially irritating ingredients to deeply absorb into the skin without causing irritation. So the Laneige Cerapeptide Mist is different than the Cream Skin Toner and Mist. It seems like they have changed or updated the formula. The Cream Skin I actually preferred because it was a little bit more moisturizing. It felt a little bit more like occlusive or greasy. The Cerapeptide Mist is a lot more lightweight. It's much more similar to the Cosrx, but the Laneige is a lot more expensive. It's totally fragrance and essential oil free, and it's essentially like a liquid moisturizer, so I love it for prepping my skin before makeup and skincare, but like I said, I prefer the Cosrx. I feel like the Cosrx is a little bit more soothing on my skin, it's a better price point, and I like the mister more. So many of you recommended the Beauty of Joseon Dynasty Cream. It's $17.50, and the website says it's enriched with Korean ginseng and orchid extracts. This cream helps improve wrinkles while moisturizing and brightening the skin. So some ingredient callouts I see, it has water, rice bran water, glycerin, niacinamide, squalane, hyaluronic acid, sodium hyaluronate, honey extract, and ceramides. It's totally fragrance and essential oil free. And I would describe this as a really lightweight but hydrating whipped gel cream texture. It's really, really fluffy and lightweight, so the texture is just a dream to apply. And so many of you told me that this was a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, I think it's called like the Magic Water Gel Cream. Super similar, you can barely feel the difference if you compare them on the back of your hand. But the Charlotte Tilbury is $100 and this is $17. However, while they have similar textures, the performance actually isn't the same for me. This one sets to a satin finish on my skin. I find myself feeling a little bit dry when I wear it, whereas the Charlotte Tilbury one actually has a little bit of a slightly dewy hydrated finish, and I never feel like I need to layer any other moisturizers or oils or anything on top. So unfortunately for me, this one's a little bit too lightweight for my skin, but so many of you have told me that this is your absolute holy grail moisturizer, and I can see why. Another sunscreen you told me I had to pick up was the Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Hyaluronic Cica Water Fit Sun Serum, and I got the mini. The full-size bottle is $12.64 and the mini is $4.83. The website says fitted with SPF 50+, PA++++. This organic sunscreen is made with a golden ratio of hyaluronic acid and Centella asiatica extract to soothe and hydrate skin without leaving a white cast. Additional ingredients of arugula leaf, green tea, and broccoli extracts provide antioxidant benefits and help improve underlying skin conditions. Fast absorbing formula in a cream-like texture leaves skin plump and glowing. So this has an absolutely beautiful texture. It is ultra thin, ultra lightweight. It almost feels like a water lotion. It completely disappears on your skin and it feels like absolutely nothing. Sets to a satin finish. It truly is invisible and feels invisible on the skin. Unfortunately, within 10 seconds, this started burning the crap out of my face. Whatever filter they're using in this really caused an irritation for me, and I had to go immediately to the bathroom and wash this off my face. And then it gave me a full-on rash. So unfortunately, this one didn't work out for me. Like I said before, chemical sunscreens and I just really don't get along. The Beauty of Joseon is virtually the only one that has ever worked for me, so I tend to stick to mineral sunscreens. Let's talk about one of my tried and true holy grails. It's the Laneige sleeping mask. These are $13.85 on YesStyle or $24 at Sephora, so if you can find a product on YesStyle, definitely shop there. The website says Laneige's lip sleeping mask dissolves dead skin cells while you slumber, making lips look smoother and plumper. Berry mix complex and vitamin C and antioxidant packed berry ingredients make lips firmer, while hyaluronic acid helps moisture absorption overnight. Sour and sweet fruit flavors make it a true nighttime treat for your lips. My two favorite scents are the original berry scent and pink lemonade, and I think I have to say pink lemonade is winning right now. It's so good. If you haven't watched my massive lip balm comparison where I compared 54 lip balms of all different formats, this is one of the winners from that video. I'll leave that linked in the description box. It's a very long, very thorough video, much like this. And if you're looking for a lip balm, that video's got you covered. This is a fantastic product. From what I've heard, people say you either love it or you hate it. It either works for you or it doesn't. And for me, this absolutely works for me. It is a very, very thick, occlusive mask. And what I love is it almost smooths the appearance of lip lines. So it does provide a really nice look if you want to wear it during the daytime. This makes my lips feel softer and more supple. They feel more hydrated. I always feel like my lips are nourished. And if I apply a really thick layer, I do wake up and I feel like it's still there in the morning. It's just a beautiful, beautiful product. It never irritates my lips. It comes in so many wonderful different scents that you can choose from. My boyfriend John's favorite is vanilla, but like I said, mine are berry and pink lemonade. They just have so many different options you can choose from. These will always be one that I'll repurchase. So far, so good on this video. We got a lot of favorites already. I picked up 2 BB creams and I'm gonna start with my favorite. It's the Purito Cica Clearing BB Cream in light beige. This is just $9.79 and the website says it provides sheer coverage to correct and blur the appearance of uneven skin tone. Formulated with moisturizing Cica extracts to strengthen the skin barrier and leave the skin feeling moisturized. I love this stuff. It feels like a moisturizer, a little bit on the more thick side. It has a really decent amount of coverage and it just has this gorgeous kind of slightly hydrated skin-like finish. It's not soft matte like I usually prefer, just a little bit of a dewiness that makes it look like you have very healthy skin. It also feels really soothing on my sensitive skin. It's fragrance and essential oil free, and I find that it works really well with powder. My skin never ends up getting like way too oily throughout the day. It's just a gorgeous product. Unfortunately, the shade range leaves a lot to be desired. That's why I didn't buy many complexion products in this video. I just could not find my shade match in anything. This looks very, very gray on my skin. If I use a lot of bronzer, I can make this color work, but K-beauty brands tend to either look too gray or too yellow on my skin. There's never like a pink, cool undertone like I need, but I can definitely make this color work if I just use a small amount of product. And this is totally my go-to on days when I just want to look a little bit more perfected and I want to feel a little bit confident, but it's more of like a natural, no makeup kind of day. I find that this does feel and perform much more like skincare than my other foundations like my Armani Luminous Silk or in my Urban Decay Face Bond, my Makeup Forever Hydra Glow. This is really perfect for those days when I want a little something something, but I don't really want to feel like I'm wearing makeup. Tons of you recommended the Missha Perfect Cover BB Cream SPF 42 PA+++ in light beige. This is $9.89. The website says, multifunctional BB cream conceals, protects, whitens, and smoothens out lines and wrinkles with every use to significantly reduce and streamline your makeup routine. Buildable formula grants you complete control going from sheer to medium coverage with a few swipes. Fitted with SPF 42 PA++ to provide robust protection from environmental aggressors and prevent premature skin aging by warding off UVA and UVB rays. So this is full coverage and it feels really lovely on the skin. As you can see, this color light beige is very different from the Purito. This one is just far too yellow for me, unfortunately. I really do like that this has sunscreen and it doesn't seem to irritate my skin at all. And I'm shocked by the coverage of this product. You really can get it to full coverage. I mean, it's really quite impressive. There's a slightly dewy finish, definitely a little more dewy than the Purito. This one I do have to powder, but it works really well with powder. And if I just use a little bit of powder, I'm totally fine. It doesn't get too oily throughout the day on my combination skin. The problem with this, aside from the shade range and the fact that I don't have a shade match, this is so incredibly heavily fragranced with just the most strong floral perfume. It truly gives me a headache and it makes me feel nauseous. So when I did the hand swatches for this video, I pumped a little bit on the back of my hand and my hand was like 2 feet from my face and I could still just get this like wave of perfume. And it's not like a nice floral scent, it's a baby powder kind of floral scent and it just can't do it. Yeah, it's not for me. But if I had a shade match in this formula and if it were fragrance and essential oil free, you bet your ass I would be using it. So this video took a lot of time and research. And I'm sure you're familiar with my experience, which is when you're looking for a product and you have multiple tabs open and you're combing through all of these reviews to figure out what's sponsored, what's not, what's incentivized, what's not, who can you trust. And one of the things that helped me with that was a free app called Vetted that uses the power of AI to act as your shopping assistant. And they're sponsoring today's video, which is really helpful because these videos are incredibly expensive for me to film. In a nutshell, Vetted gives you extensive real-time research to give you trustworthy shopping advice. So instead of having multiple tabs open at once, you can just open the Vetted app and you can even put in if you only trust Reddit. Like if you don't trust Sephora websites, if you don't trust Amazon, if you just want to find a product that's available at Sephora, but you want to kind of cut through the bullshit of all the incentivized reviews, you can tell Vetted that you only trust positive reviews from Reddit. And it can do a price comparison for you to make sure that you're getting the best deal. Because you can talk to it using the power of AI, it can quickly automatically adjust to any of your specific needs for what you're looking for, and it's unbiased and it's free. So it's especially helpful for me if I'm trying to find an appliance. I hate going through appliance reviews because that is just like not something that I enjoy reading about, unlike beauty products. So whether it's a new yoga mat or a toaster, you can just say, hey, I want to shop at Amazon and Target and I want positive reviews from Reddit. What are the top 5 products that you recommend for yoga mats? And then it'll give you a list. It'll tell you why the product is good, so on and so forth. You can download Vetted for free using the link in the description box, and I do get a commission if you do that, so just a heads up. And now let's talk about one of my all-time favorite blushes, the Romand Better Than Cheek. I picked up the shades Blueberry Chip and Vine Nude, and these are only $8.01 on YesStyle. The website says, renewed version of Romand's bestseller, Better Than Cheek, minimizes clumping and fallout. The blush comes in 9 moody colors inspired by dried fruit. Lightweight and fine texture enables easy blending and vivid color payoff even after multiple layers. The blush blurs enlarged pores and other skin imperfections for a smooth matte finish. First and foremost, I love the size of this. I feel like all of my blushes are just so bulky and they take up so much space in my drawers. I love that I can get an affordable blush and it's nice and small and I can take it in my purse if I need to. I totally agree with the claims of this formula. It really is blurring on the skin. It has that soft matte finish that I love. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Now the colors do skew very, very light and there's quite a lot of like white base to them. So I find that Blueberry Chip is a really nice light, cool toned flush of pink for my skin. Probably wouldn't recommend it for deeper skin tones. They do have some darker shades. I just haven't tried them. And in the 2 shades I have, I would say that this is sheer but buildable. Because they're quite light, they do go on very, very soft, but I can build them up no problem. They're also totally unscented and I just think they're really cute. I will say the shade Vine Nude, I think made me look a little bit bruisey, like it was a little too cool toned, a little too contoury for me, but Blueberry Chip was a nice flush of pink. Next, I have the Peripera Sunshine Cheek Blush in Calm Pink and Rosy Brown. These were just $5.60 on YesStyle. I just can never get over the prices from K-beauty brands. And the description says, add a flattering wash of pastel color to your cheeks with these fine and highly pigmented blushes. Infused sebum powder ensures a long-wearing matte finish. So these are quite a hard-pressed formula, so they were very difficult to swatch. They are pigmented, but if you're trying to like do a finger swatch, you're not gonna get a lot of product. I would just say for these, they were nice, but nothing special. I didn't like any of the colors that I got. They weren't as blurring as the Romand blushes. I just really didn't think that they were anything that stood out to me in particular, but I mean, for $5, I definitely can't complain. These are nice, they're just nothing special, and I felt like because they're such a hard-pressed formula in the pan, it was pretty difficult to pick up the product I needed to build the color. I feel like they're much more suited to very, 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 very fair skin tone. But for $5, can't complain. I also purchased the Saemmul Single Blusher in PK07 and RD03. These are just $4, which is absolutely mind-blowing. And the website says they're a single blush that provides a natural flush of color to enliven your complexion. Contains sebum control powder to prevent oily makeup. Contains 7 jewel complex powder and mineral powder for pigment to stay longer. These are probably my least favorite powder blushes that I picked up just because there's so much kickback with these. They're very, very powdery and dusty, so make sure that you absolutely tap off the brush, wipe off the excess, whatever you need to do, otherwise it can get a little patchy. I definitely picked up the wrong shades in these. PK07, I believe is called Breeze Moly, and it was just way too yellow for my skin. Definitely not the kind of color that I find flattering for me. And then RD03 Trench Rose was totally nice, but a little bit more on the like peachy orange side, and I don't tend to reach for those types of colors, so I didn't get really the shade I was going for. But when you have the Romand Better Than Cheek, I just feel like the other blushes don't really compare because I loved that product so much. So this one was fine, it was okay, it's just not very memorable for me. I think the only product that I genuinely hated out of this whole video, which is saying a lot for me because I'm extremely picky, is the Apieu Juicy Pang Water Blusher in PK01 Strawberry. This is $6, so I'm not mad about it. And the website says it's a watery blusher that delivers a clear, juicy color with a soft and dewy finish that blends well into your skin. So it's a watery gel blush and there's no stain. It has a very jelly-like transparent texture with just a little bit of a flush of color. It is a serum blush, so if you've ever tried the Cosmetics serum blushes, which is also one of my least favorite blushes of all time, then you know what I'm talking about here. It feels a little bit like a gel, a little bit like an oil, a little bit like a water, but this has a very artificial fruity floral smell, which isn't my favorite. The nail polish packaging is really cute, but be very careful because if you tip this over, it will spill out. But my main issue with this is it is just way too sheer. There is so much kind of like dew and shine and gloss that it leaves to the cheeks without any color. So if I wanted to try to build up the color, I'm left with a totally like greasy jelly mess all over my face. I also find that it really lifts up foundation underneath. Because I have combination skin, I do typically have to set my T-zone with powder, and this just does not work well with powder. I find that any kind of serum blush is just meant to kind of shine on its own and really isn't meant to interact well with powder. So if you have combination skin, I would absolutely skip a formula like this, but I would imagine if you have really dry or dehydrated skin, this might be really nice to have in your collection. So I'm not saying this is a bad product, it just doesn't fit my preferences and my skin type. I would say this is the kind of product that you'd like if you're totally a no makeup wearer, like to the point where you don't even wear foundation. Maybe you just wear a little bit of concealer, like dot dot dot, and that's it, or maybe no concealer at all. Maybe you would like this one. I also purchased the Lilybyred Luv Beam Cheek Balm in the shade 03 Mood Rose. This is $7.58, and the website says, add a subtle glow to the cheeks by indulging in this user-friendly blush in a highly buildable balm formula. Use sparingly for a sheer yet impactful finish, or generously for a bolder cheek makeup look. The heart-shaped packaging boasts major soft girl appeal. Comes in 4 shades: coral, pink, rose, and red. So this is a sheer cream balm blush formula with a dewy finish. So already when I felt the finish, I knew it wasn't going to be for me because it's just a little bit too dewy. I do like the color and the way that it looks on the cheeks. I was hoping it was going to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Beauty Blush Wand in Pillow Talk, but it's a lot warmer than that. Unfortunately, this reflects my experience with the majority. Oh my God, there's a big spider. Oh, is it inside or outside? Be outside, please be outside, please be outside. Oh, it's cute. It's a little fuzzy guy. I'm gonna take a picture. Okay, we're gonna let little Mr. Spider-Man do his thing because we do not kill creatures here. It's actually a really cute spider. Okay, I think I was in the middle of saying that the Lilybyred cream blush just kind of echoes my experience with most cream blushes, which is that when I apply it, it fades from my face within about 5 minutes. My face just eats cream blush, so I tend not to waste my money on cream blush given that it just does not work for me pretty consistently. But if you like sheer kind of balm cream blush formulas, for just a few dollars, this is good. And the last blush that I bought is the Holika Jelly Dough Blusher. This is in the shade 05 Rose Jelly. The website says this pigmented blusher boasts a soft, jelly-like texture that turns into a powder as it adheres to the skin with a smooth and vibrant finish. Apply formula with a cushion puff in circular motions for a long-lasting and natural-looking blush. So first, when I applied this, I used the little puff that it came with, and I found that it was really difficult to pick up product because it's kind of like a stiffer cream formula. But then I realized it actually did pick up a lot of product, and I was surprised by the color. So you definitely don't have to go in as hard if you don't feel like you're physically picking up product. You probably are. And I actually thought that the puff was a nice way to apply it. It did kind of blend into my skin. I feel like the puff is just a little bit too small. I would just generally prefer a brush. I find it easier to use. And I do like that it sets to a matte finish on the skin. I did just find that the first time I used it, I felt like it picked up a little bit of my foundation and it looked a little bit patchy. And because it's a cream, it does fade from my skin a little bit quickly. And then the second time that I tried it, I did go in directly with a brush and I had thrown out the powder puff. And I feel like I got a much better application that way. It was a little bit more even and it was just a little bit faster to blend using a brush with a little bit bigger of a surface area to blend. I'm probably not going to end up keeping this because I have so many other blush formulas that work really, really well for me, but I'd say this is pretty good. There were a couple highlighters that I wanted to get, but all of them were out of stock for months. So I skipped highlighters and instead I picked up a little powder. It's the Etude Zero Sebum powder and it's $6.30 and it is teeny tiny. It can fit right in your purse. The website says it's a mineral powder containing fermented bean, willow, cinnamon, pine, and gold that helps control sebum for silky matte skin. Microfiber puff helps to achieve a refined finish. So this is essentially a translucent loose powder with a powder puff. I would say this feels like cornstarch. It's super finely milled. It feels very, very, very soft. And it's definitely slightly blurring on the skin. That's what all powder is. Like all powder, even if it has blurring technology or not, is going to provide a little bit of a blurring quality just because of how light reflection works. So I like that and I like the small size and the price. However, this did not keep me matte for more than like 10 minutes. In the first clip, you can see that I had a very, very dewy sunscreen on and this probably kept the oil under control for like 2 minutes and then I had to go in and powder again. So that was not great. It also just felt a little bit drying on my skin. I just feel like I've tried so many different powders that have better technology than this. It's nothing that really particularly impressed me. But then the second time I wore it, I was wearing more of my soft matte foundation, more of a base that I would usually be wearing, and I did like it a little bit more then. My face wasn't quite as shiny because I had my regular base on, but still, this just didn't compete with any of the other powders that I have. It doesn't keep my skin matte for very long, but if you're on a budget and you need a powder and you don't have super oily skin, or you don't find that you have an issue with powders lasting, then I could see you enjoying this. It's just not for me. Let's get into some eyeshadows, and one of my all-time favorite products of any brand, any price point, any country are the Kaja Beauty Bento eyeshadow trios. Damn, these are good bang for your buck. These are $14.07 on YesStyle versus the $24 that they're sold for on Sephora. So like I said, if you can shop at YesStyle, definitely do that. It'll take you a little bit longer to get your products in the United States. I think for me, usually it takes about a month for me to get my order, but it's not a big deal. I'm not in a rush. The website says a vegan bouncy eyeshadow comes with 11 colors, compacted in a bite-sized bento package. 2019 Allure Best of Beauty Award winner. Ranges from matte and shimmer shadows with high pigmentation. Presents fine and creamy powder with nice to offer a nice color payoff. I'm not sure that the translation was very accurate on that one, but I will say these are absolutely fantastic. The mattes are creamy. They're not too pigmented. They're not too sheer. They're super easy to work with. I do not have great eyeshadow skills. I've never been able to blend very well. It is just a weakness of mine, and I feel like these make me feel more confident with my eyeshadow skills. The mattes are never too dusty or chalky, but they're also not too hard pressed. They're so easy to work with. The metallic shimmers are just absolutely gorgeous. They're very, very fine. They can totally amp up a look beautifully. And my two favorites are Chocolate Dahlia and Rosewater. I have like a million of them that I can show you, but I'd rather just show you the applications for two rather than show you quick little clips of each one. What I will say is Kaja's been coming out with eyeshadow trios recently that have a different formula. That's this really chunky, glittery kind of like foiled, flaky texture, and I hate it. That formula has such horrible fallout that I just really don't like using it. So Forest Night, that was one of the ones that had the chunky topper. I would stay away from that formula. But the Kaja eyeshadow trios that have the mattes and the metallics are absolutely fantastic, and the fallout's very minimal with the shimmers. I also picked up the Klavuu Urban Pearl Station Sparkle Eyeshadow in Glam Brown and Marigold Peach. These are just $7, and the website says with 5 color choices that can help you match from daily look to party look. Provides rich and gorgeous color payoff with glitter pearl for a charming eye makeup. Its wet process system allows soft application without irritation and provides long-lasting, powerful adherence. I have so many content creator friends that absolutely love these. Unfortunately, the shades I tried weren't really what I was going for, but I do like the very reflective, sparkly quality of these eyeshadows. I just found that they had a lot of fallout. Even on the days when I used a primer or I had a little bit of a tacky base, I did find that I struggled with fallout, and I'm really not the kind of person who likes fallout under the eyes. Some people are okay with it, but it really bothers me. So I would say do your eyeshadow first if you want to pick these up. Especially for $7, the quality and the shine is really reflective and impressive. Glam Brown is definitely the shade that most people recommend to me. It just pulls way more cool toned on my skin than it looks on other people. It was a little bit more of like a neutral taupe that I've seen on some of my friends, but on me it looked much more like a silver, and I just don't really reach for silver eyeshadows, but I thought the shine was absolutely beautiful. So if you're shopping for some really reflective, affordable eyeshadows, then I think these are a really good option. Just be sure to like do your eyes first so you don't have any fallout. Just doing a quick little lip topper. And if you've been wondering, I've been wearing the Roman Dewy Full Tint in Cherry Way. Moving on, we have the Holika My Favorite Piece eyeshadow in Demure, which is a metallic, and Fallen, which is a matte. These are just $3.60 on YesStyle or $7 on Amazon, so they're incredibly affordable. And the website says they're a mono eyeshadow available in a range of different colors and finishes that allows you to create various eye makeup looks. Soft, buttery texture glides effortlessly onto eyelid. Formula offers strong adherence for long-lasting results with minimal fallout. So let's start with Fallen, which is a matte first. I think this is really nice. It's not as nice as the Kaja matte. This is quite a bit more sheer, although maybe it's just the particular shade that I picked up, but I don't think so. It's definitely a little bit more dry feeling than the Kajas. So I always say if you can afford one of the Kaja trios, just go for that. But it was still pretty nice for a matte eyeshadow that's only $3.60. I mean, I really can't complain about anything at that price point. I just feel like it looked a little bit patchy. It was a little bit dry and difficult to blend, but like I said, can't complain. And Demure is a metallic, and they say that it has really good adherence technology, but I actually found that I had quite a bit of fallout with this one. I was just expecting more. It has a pretty sheer base. I thought it was gonna have a little bit more shine and sparkle to it, but it was just okay. They also didn't last very, very long on my eyes. Like, it did crease a little bit. I think you can even see in the application footage. Just wasn't my favorite shadow that I've ever tried, but at that price point, again, totally fine. Ooh, a product I really, really like is the Clio Twinkle Pop Glittering Eye Stick, and I got the shade 15 Moonlit Me. This is $6.19. The website says it's an eyeshadow stick in glittery cream formulation, creates a variety of soft, natural looking or glam eye makeup looks. Comes packed with glitters for eye makeup that shines at all angles. Waterproof and sweat-proof formula offers long-lasting wear with minimal fallout. Sophisticated slim stick design is hygienic and easy to use, can be used under the eye area, eyelids, cheekbone, and nose. So the shade I wanted was out of stock, but Moonlit Me is absolutely gorgeous, and I love that this is just glitter in a stick. It totally gives you that iconic K-beauty look where you can put a lot of glitter in the inner corner or under the lash line, and I think it's just really beautiful and fun. I also found that there wasn't any issues with fallout here, although I haven't tried using it like all over the lids, but in the inner corner, I thought it looked so beautiful, and now I'm really excited to try it. I could totally see myself using this at music festivals, doing some really fun creative looks, maybe even drawing some like glitter hearts on my cheeks. I don't know. I feel like the opportunities are endless. And for a glitter eyeshadow stick that's only $6, I was expecting to have some kind of issue with it, just like horrible fallout throughout the day, but I really didn't experience that at all. So I think that you guys are really gonna like this one. So I only picked up one mascara, and the reason for that is that I only wear tubing formulas that are easy to wash off with water. Most K-beauty mascaras I've seen are very long wearing and difficult to remove, and I'm just never gonna reach for a product like that, so I only wanted to buy one mascara. Now this is from Judydoll, and they're a Chinese brand, but they are sold on YesStyle, so I thought it was worth it including it in this video. This is $7.28 on YesStyle, and I saw that you can also get it on Amazon. The website says, slender lengthening technology that captures every single lash, made from 0.03 millimeter multifaceted lengthening fibers, which has its own edges, will not slump, create uniformed finish without bifurcation. The small hair-like black strands are normal. This is the 0.03 millimeter microfibers for mascara. Okay, I think there's a little translation issue here. Anyways, the point is that this has a very interesting design, and that's why I wanted to pick it up, because I was so curious. I'd never tried an applicator like this before. It has a really interesting metal wand that's kind of fun to apply, but unfortunately, I really did not like this. This made my lashes completely straight. It did not hold a curl whatsoever. But this just didn't do anything for me. I think you can see in the footage, my lashes look quite short. They look a little bit clumped together. They just don't look as good as my lashes usually look. So for me, this one's a pass. Let me tell you, I found one of the best lip liners I have ever tried, and it is so affordable. This is the Clio Velvet Lip Pencil in 03 Coffee Brown, and it's just $8.56. The description says, a lip pencil that comes in 4 different natural lip colors helps create an over lip line look. Clio worked with Korean, well-known makeup artist Happy Rim to create this pencil. Perfectly created in a My Lips But Better color, it helps create a natural, over-smudging lip line look. Glides on lips smoothly without caking, offers long hour adherence to keep a perfect over lip look. So these are a perfect dupe for the Makeup Forever artist pencils, but these are so much better. These have a little bit of a blurring technology in my opinion, and they're a little bit creamier than a traditional pencil formula. I typically don't like a lot of pencil formulas because I find they can be really drying and they kind of make my lips look more textured. This is the opposite. It's creamy in a kind of blurring way, but it's still long lasting. It's like the perfect middle ground of everything that I want. And the color 03 Coffee Brown is everything. It's such a good brown shade. This is that perfect neutral or maybe slightly warm brown that just goes with so many different lip looks. I truly have not found a color like this in any American brand that I've ever tried. I've been searching for this kind of color for a very long time. My only issue with this is that there aren't more colors because it's so good. I want to own it in every color under the sun. Absolutely a favorite product from this video. I also purchased the Saem Cover Perfection Lip Pencil in Toffee. It's $7.40, and the website says it's a lip pencil that helps create a sophisticated lip look by providing coloring, shading, and an overlip effect. Comes in 6 colors for different skin undertones and various purposes. With its 4 millimeter fine tip, this lip pencil can accurately adjust the shape of your lip. Glides on smoothly without caking. This for me is nothing bad. It's just not special, especially considering that I love the Clio Velvet Lip Pencil so much. This just doesn't compare to that formula. It feels like more of a traditional pencil in that it's drier than the Clio Velvet Lip Pencil. There's still a tiny bit of creaminess to it, like a little bit bit like the Victoria Beckham lip liners. They're not dry like the MAC lip pencils that I hate. But really for me, my issue is I got the wrong shade. Toffee is just way, way, way too warm and a little too deep for me personally, so I wouldn't use it. It's a little bit similar to the Victoria Beckham lip definer in 02, but 02 is much more like a little red pink, whereas Toffee is more orange brown. So this definitely doesn't work for my complexion, but I think if you have slightly deeper and warmer skin, you would probably absolutely love this. The last lip liner I tried was the Peripera Ink Velvet Lip Liner in 01 Rosy Nude, and this is just $5. It's a lip pencil that comes in 5 different natural lip colors, helps create a natural overlip look, presents smudge-proof formula to offer prolonged adherence, features a buttery-like smoothness that glides on lips smoothly without caking, easily blend with fingertips to create a natural lip outline. So this is a mechanical twist-up formula, unlike the others, which were pencil formulas that you sharpen. This is the kind of formula that is extraordinarily pigmented and very creamy, but then sets down. I find that this is quite difficult to blend, so I just don't prefer this kind of formula, but I feel like the color's not really for me. I like lip liners that are a little bit more nude. I was expecting this to be quite a bit lighter, but it's so waxy and it sets so quickly that I really don't get a lot of time to blend, and I feel like if you tried to fill in your whole lip, it does end up looking a little bit patchy. It is one of those formulas that can get just a little bit gummy feeling on the lips. But at the same time, the advantage of that kind of formula is that they're very, very long lasting. So if you're the kind of person who wants a lip liner formula that you won't have to touch up, then this is probably something that you'd enjoy. It's just not the kind of formula that matches my specific preferences. Let's do glossy lip balms, my favorite category of all time. I got up at 6 a.m. to film this, and I've been filming for 2.5 hours, and I still have 27 products left. We're halfway done. Like, pray for me. What have I gotten myself into? Why do I do this to myself? It's all fun. I like it. And now I get to talk about my favorite lip product of all time. Yeah, you heard that right. My favorite lip product of all time. Can you guess what it is? I know some of you can. It's the Nature Republic Honey Melting Lip. Nothing beats this formula. These are just $8.46 on YesStyle, and they also have a US website. The website says they're a lip gloss that glides like melting honey to plump up the lips. Easy one-touch type click lipstick for easy use, melting soft texture as soon as it touches the lips. I have another deep dive video where I compared glossy melty lip balms like this, so I'll leave that in the description box if you want to know more similar products. But this was the #1 winner in that video and my #1 winner in life. These feel ultra nourishing and moisturizing on the lips. They are so incredibly thick and occlusive, but not in a way that feels too heavy on the lips. It just feels like a cushiony, thick dream, and it grips and coats the lips beautifully, so it lasts a really long time. You're not gonna just have to reapply constantly because it's so thin and slippery. It has great grip to it. In the hand swatches, it was 80 degrees when I was outside hand swatching, so these all melted on my arm. But in the lip footage, you'll see that these are actually a stiffer formula, and you kind of work them into the lips to build up the pigment. They're just such a dream to apply. They have a natural soft apricot scent that I really, really like. A lot of other scents in the lip products that I'm gonna get to smell really artificial and chemically, and these don't. They do have a click up packaging, so if you click it up, you can't like twist it back down, so just don't over click it. And the best thing about these is that they have an extraordinary glass-like shine. They're one of the most smoothing products I have ever tried, and that's why I reach for them so often, is because my lips just look so much more full and plump when I'm wearing them. And this is what I want lip plumpers to be. I hate plumpers that have like a spicy or a cooling effect. Those never actually do anything for my lips, and they don't make them really look plumper other than irritating them. This really plumps the lips with hydration and that glass-like shine. So your lips look younger and more full, and they come in 10 shades. And I think I just saw in Korea they did launch lip plumper versions that have some like menthol cooling effect. I think one of them was a pink like pH adjusting shade, and I saw the other one was actually a sheer black. So Nature Republic, if you want to send those to me, I got you. One thing I do want to point out is the first 5 shades have much more pigment than the last 5. Shades 6 through 10 launched a few months later, and they have noticeably less pigment, which I think you can see in the swatches and the application footage. I much prefer the pigmentation level of the first 5 shades that they launched, but they're still absolutely stunning. I'm honestly just rambling at this point because I could talk about them all day. I've turned so many subscribers onto these. I've turned so many content creator friends onto these. If you try anything from this video, I hope it's this. My second favorite K-beauty lip balms are the Romantic lasting melting balms. These are $8.68, and the website says, moisturize your lips with this vegan-friendly lip balm containing non-irritating botanical ingredients, enriched with argan, rosehip, and evening primrose oils to create a strong moisture barrier over lips to prevent moisture loss. Formula's golden ratio of oils and wax creates a clear, glossy finish. So these are also very, very thick and nourishing, moisturizing, and occlusive, but these are much more soft and melty than the Nature Republic ones, and they don't have a glass-like smoothing finish like Nature Republic. I really prefer the stiffness and the glass-like shine of the Nature Republic, but these feel absolutely stunning on the lips. They have an apricot scent, but I find that these are a little bit more artificial smelling. They also have a slightly floral, perfumey taste, but it's very, very subtle. It's hardly noticeable. What I will say about these is they're highly pigmented, so if you want to build them up to that glossy finish, you have to get them to be pretty pigmented. But what's nice is that these come in a twist up packaging and you can actually twist it back down, which is really nice. I know a lot of people hate products that you can click up, but you can't click back down. So you don't have to worry about that with these. I much prefer the nude collection that they launched. Buffy Coral and Veiled Rose are the two that I reach for more regularly. The other shades are just so incredibly bright and pigmented. I find that I don't reach for them as much. But the recent nude collection is much more suited to my preferences. These are just really lovely. I like the way that they feel on the lips, but I'm just not gonna reach for them over Nature Republic. A recent find of mine was the Tony Moly Get It Tint Glaze Balm, and I picked up the shade 01 Rosy Puree. These are currently $11.60 on YesStyle, although I got mine on Amazon for like twice the price because when I saw that this product launched, I didn't have time to wait a month for it to deliver from YesStyle. So I definitely recommend getting it on YesStyle, and the website says it's a tint balm that softly melts on your lips and provides a long-lasting nourishment. Contains 5 types of red fruit extracts and 3 types of vegetable oil to moisturize your lips. Creates glossy, shining lips that allow reflection of light from all angles, providing a plumping effect. Even after multiple reapplications, the color stays clear and vivid. So this is a near perfect dupe of the Hourglass Phantom Volumizing Glossy Balms. The packaging even looks quite similar, and the formula is basically identical. The only difference is that the Tony Moly ones have a very kind of artificial fruit scent, whereas the Hourglass ones don't have any kind of scent, but they have a cooling effect. And the Tony Moly ones also have a cooling effect from menthol. If you've tried the formula, then you'll know what the formula of this feels like. It's very, very thin, very melty. It almost turns into a liquid on the lips. I don't find that it's as smoothing as the Nature Republic, but there is a little bit of that glass shine quality that I really like. And the shade Rosy Puree is a really beautiful muted rose shade. I'd say it's most similar to Hourglass Slip. So if you've wanted to try the Hourglass ones, maybe just give the Tony Moly ones a try. I mean, it's a fraction of the price and basically the same formula. If you're sensitive to fragrance and you're looking for a glossy, melty balm that's totally unscented, the Dysik Melting Candy Balm in 04 Nudie Fig is beautiful. And I want to say it like French, like Dysik, but I think it might be Dayzik. I'm not sure. I know some of you will correct me, so let me know how to pronounce this. But they're $7.28, and the website says a one-click glow vegan balm stick that gives a glass-like shine to keep the lips sheer and dewy. Infused with argan, kernel oil, and jojoba oil to deliver instant moisture to the lips. Made with a hybrid gelling system, eliminating the stiff and hard application of wax and only leaving the clear glow of the gloss on the lips. So again, this is very similar to the Hourglass formula and the Tony Moly formula in the sense that it's very thin, very melty. You can see the packaging is kind of similar in that very slim, long bullet. What I like about this though is that there's no cooling effect. I would always prefer a product that has no menthol. I really don't like menthol. I find that it can dry my lips out a little bit. And while I don't find that the Tony Moly or the Hourglass really dry my lips at all, I just don't like the feeling of a cooling effect either. So this is great that there's no cooling effect and it's totally unscented. It does have the kind of click up packaging that you can't unclick, and I like it. I think it's a good option for those of you who are sensitive to fragrance, and it's really nice. I would say it's a little bit forgettable, you know, because it's not quite as like nourishing as Nature Republic. There's no like memorable scent. I just kind of forget about this one. Also, I find it's a little bit more on the sheer side than the other products that we've spoken about so far. So I would say it's really nice, but it's not my like 10 out of 10 winner. One of the best lipstick meets lip balm formulas I've ever tried is the Wake Make Dewy Gel Glaze Stick in 01 Mute Percent. I've already featured this on my channel many times before, but this is $10.64, and the website says a glowy lipstick that melts softly onto the lips and gives a jelly-like dewy finish. Gives a glazed, sugar-coated, haw-like glow with just one swipe application. I don't know what that means. Comes in 10 different moody colors for every skin undertones, highly moisturizing formula infused with various fruit extracts to keep lip lines soft and hydrated. This is one of my all-time favorite glossy lip balms. It has a caramel scent, which is different for K-Beauty. And the texture of this is somewhere in between thick and thin, slippery, and tacky. It's kind of that perfect Goldilocks, middle of the road kind of formula. It's not like super wet looking or shiny or smoothing, but it does have a nice glossy finish, and I absolutely love the color Mute Percent. I wear this all the time. It's such a good kind of like My Lips But Better shade, and it has the kind of twist up packaging that you can twist back down. I also think the packaging looks really nice. I love these kind of like clear components. I'm always such a sucker for that. So I think it's a really nice kind of lipstick lip balm that's worth picking up. 3 more categories left. We have glosses, juicy lip tints, and then matte lip tints. Let's start with my most recent purchase in the gloss category. These are the Lilybyred Tangle Jelly Balms. These are $9.98 on YesStyle right now, and they're described as a lip balm with 8 shades that delivers glossy lip makeup with vivid colors. The Jelly Gloss typed lip balm keeps the lips hydrated and plump. Contains 5 types of moisturizing and nourishing ingredients like hydrolyzed collagen, mango seed oil, grapeseed oil, apricot oil, and passion fruit seed oil. The diagonal design of the applicator helps control the amount of lip balm to be applied and allows the lip balm to tightly adhere to the lips. These are so good, and really I would think about these more like a liquid lip balm than a lip gloss. But they're a little bit thicker of a liquid lip balm, so I love that, and they have great grip to the lips. They're not too slippery. And what I like about that is it makes them a little bit more long lasting than something that's a little thinner. This is definitely the thickest formula out of all the glosses I'm going to talk about. The only thing I don't like is the packaging. It is very, very stiff and difficult to squeeze. I oftentimes have to use 2 hands to squeeze product out, and the angled tip can just get really messy. Oftentimes I find that I squeeze out too much product or not enough product. So I hate the packaging of these, although they do look pretty cute. I would say they have about medium pigment with a transparent jelly-like finish. And another thing I don't like about them is that they have a very strong artificial fruity scent. It just smells like quite chemically, and it's kind of like a fruity floral. So I don't like the packaging and the scent, but I really, really like the formula and the colors. Let's talk about a relatively new product, which is the Romand Glasting Color Gloss. These are $8.68, and the website says a new collection of glowy and plumpy lip gloss with pure and clear shades for creating a high shine finish. The Angel ring-like super glowy lip gloss offers a plump and voluminous glow that can be applied smoothly onto the lips with a sugar-coated look. Comes in 6 natural yet stunning shades to form translucent, vivid looks by layering. Features a smooth and gliding texture with high viscosity wax and essential oil to moisturize the lips without any sticky feeling. Lightweight and comfortable that adheres to the lips seamlessly. So because of my experience with the other Romand lip products like the Glasting Melting Balm, I was expecting this to be a really thick lip gloss formula, and I was super excited because the marketing for this totally sucked me in. The campaign images had the most like wet, juicy, shiny looking lips, but in reality, it's not that great. It's actually a much more lightweight, thin formula, and I don't find that it really has like a high shine, super wet, glossy finish. It doesn't smooth over the lip lines nearly as much as the Nature Republic Honey Melting Lips. It also has a very artificial peach scent. I find that Romand as a brand has a lot of fragrances that just smell very artificial to me, so while I think that Romand makes a lot of the best formulas I've ever tried, the fragrances just really throw me off, and this one has a very chemically kind of peach smell. It's definitely a thinner formula that feels like a cross between a lip gloss and an oil. When it wears off, you do get a little bit of like an oily feeling. Same with the Romand Glasting Color Glosses. They just feel like they have a little bit more of like an oily quality. So if a traditional sticky, thick lip gloss really turns you off, you'd probably really like this formula because it feels more like a lip oil mixed with a lip gloss. For me personally, these are just nothing special because I do prefer a thicker, more tacky formula. I'm excited about the Peripera Ink Glasting Gloss because this is a perfect dupe for a very high-end product. These are $9.60, and the website says a vegan, glassy, non-sticky lip gloss helps create volumized looking lips. Enriched with jojoba seed oil for a long-lasting, nourishing effect, presents highly pigmented texture that offers vivid color payoff. Formula-wise, these are a total dupe of the Victoria Beckham Posh glosses. They feel virtually identical on the lips, with the difference being that the Peripera Ink Glasting glosses have a bit of an artificial kind of apricot smell, whereas the Victoria Beckham glosses are completely unscented. I do prefer the Victoria Beckham glosses because they come in nicer packaging, and I really prefer the flexible doe foot wand applicator versus this very chunky kind of applicator that Peripera has. Both formulas are very thin. They almost feel like a lip gloss meets a lip serum. They're just very buttery, very thin. There's a little slip to them. They're very smooth. So they don't have that like wet looking shine or that smoothing quality. But if you're the kind of person who just hates a really thick, sticky lip gloss, then you might love the Peripera glosses. And especially if you like the Victoria Beckham ones, then you absolutely should pick one of these up. I truly think that they're the same formula. Next, we have the Judydoll New Ice Watery Lip Gloss in 03 Rose Cherry Blossom. These are $7.43, and the website says, innovative metallic mini iron as the tip conceals lip lines during makeup. So this has an interesting metal applicator with a dip, which would be really cool in theory, but the applicator just does not have enough product on it. So for my pretty thin lips, I had to dip multiple times to get the product that I want. So I found that to be just a little bit annoying. The formula itself is almost like a water gloss. It's probably like the thinnest lip gloss I've ever tried. So if you're the kind of person who hates the feeling of a sticky, thick lip gloss, this is so lightweight that you can barely even feel that you're wearing anything. I just find that it doesn't really provide like a glass-like shiny smoothing effect. There's just nothing that's really drawing me to this formula. You know, it's pretty. It's definitely got cool packaging, a cool applicator. The color is really nice. It's kind of a formula that I haven't tried before. So I do like that. I mean, I guess looking at it now, it does have quite a shiny finish, but you just have to really build it up. And I had to dip in the tube so many times that building up to that level of glassiness is just like a little bit obnoxious. The last thing I don't love about it is it has a minty watermelon scent, and those two things just should not go together. Like mint and fruit, I don't like that in a fragrance. And there's a little bit of a cooling effect. So this one isn't for me, but I do think it's a pretty cool, unique product. The last gloss I have is the Pink Flash Lasting Glossy Lip Gloss in G03 Love Talk. This is only $2.88 and it's quite tiny. So I just wanted to pick it up to just see what it would be like. They say that it's formulated with hyaluronic acid to visibly smooth the surface and enhance lip color. It's a high shine lip gloss for hydrated, fuller looking lips for a smooth, super shiny finish. So this lip gloss has a very strong, very artificial, fruity floral smell and a floral taste. So I really didn't like that about this product. And I do like the flexible doe foot applicator that has a little kind of dip in the middle. That's definitely the kind of applicator that I prefer for lip products. It's quite thin, so I have a hard time describing it as a gloss. It's really more like a lip serum meets a lip gloss. So it's for people who, you know, really don't like that traditional thick, sticky kind of gloss. I just didn't like it because it is quite thin and slippery. The scent kind of gets in my mouth and makes me feel like I have like floral perfume in my mouth. But for $2.88, I'm obviously not mad about it. Next, we have matte lip tints, and I'm gonna start with my two favorites that are tied for #1. Let's start with the 3CE Blur Water Tint. I have the shades Double Wind, Lay Down, and Casual Affair. These are $12.53, which is a little bit more expensive than the products I've tried, and that is just crazy to say out loud because that is so affordable compared to drugstore prices in the United States, but that's a rant for another time. The website says, combining a lightweight, watery texture with rich color payoff, this lip tint offers a powdery matte finish and vivid color without being overpowering. This long-wearing product is available in 10 sumptuous shades, from the rosy pink Casual Affair to the crimson Playoff. I freaking love these. I never thought a matte lip tint could feel this comfortable and be this smoothing on the lips. Comparatively, my favorite lip tints historically have been the M Cosmetics Velvet Lip Creams and the Sunny's Face Lip Dips. These have a texture unlike anything I've ever tried before. It's this lightweight, thin, watery texture with really nice color payoff, but it completely sets down to a matte finish with a blurring effect. I think it is just so incredibly flattering on the lips, and I've just never tried anything like it. I think they look gorgeous, they feel comfortable, they come in beautiful shades, and they're at a great price point. So if you're looking for a matte lip product, I think this is the one that is absolutely bomb. It's a total standout. There's a bit of an artificial caramel smell. I can't say that I really enjoy that. If you've ever tried the Vive lip dews, it smells like that, but the scent goes away pretty quickly, so it doesn't bother me. And unlike other matte lip cream formulas I've tried, these actually stain the lips, and I love that about them. I just think that they are fantastic. But what's tied for #1 favorite matte lip product is the Romand Blur Fudge Tint. These are $8.68, and the website says they're a soft, easy to blend lip tint that features 11 colors with long-lasting matte gradient finish. Stays on your lips without smudging or transferring to the mask. The spatula applicator helps to smoothly apply a thin coat that doesn't get cakey or settle into lip lines. Contains wax to apply smoothly and evenly on dry lips. So these have kind of like a stiff, straight doe foot applicator, which I don't like. But that's pretty much the only thing about them that I don't like. There's an artificial sweet kind of caramel smell, but it's pretty subtle and it goes away quickly. And the formula of these is absolutely incredible. It's more of a matte velvet lip cream formula. So like the MAC Powder Kiss lipsticks, M Cosmetics Velvet Lip Creams, Charlotte Tilbury Lip Blurs, Sunny Face Lip Dips, you get what I'm saying. The Romand Blur Fudge tints and the 3CE Blur Water tints are very, very comfortable. I really don't find that either of them feel that drying on my lips. They'll definitely feel a little bit dry when they wear off, but I mean, that's to be expected from a matte product. But what I love about the Romand Blur Fudge tints is that they have this beautiful blurring quality to the lips. And it's like this comfortable, thicker kind of matte lip cream formula. It feels really comfortable. And I just love the texture. I love the colors, and I think they look absolutely stunning. These also are noticeably more pigmented than the 3CE Water Blur tints. These have a slight staining quality, but not as much as the 3CE. So if you're looking for something that really stains in a matte lip formula, you may not like these, but I think that they are absolutely gorgeous. I also tried the Romand Zero Velvet Tint in 04 Burnt Heart. These are $8.68, and the website says, create a My Lips But Better look with this matte lip tint, which offers a blurring effect and a velvet finish for a dreamy look. The lightweight texture feels soft and comfortable on the skin as it adheres smoothly all day long. This one has a fruity floral scent, which we already know I don't like, so I'm just not gonna reach for it anyways because of that, but it's pretty subtle, so honestly, it doesn't bother me much. The issue that I had with this is it has a very perfumey taste that tends to get in my mouth, so I'm just never gonna reach for it. And after about an hour, I did feel like my lips felt a little bit dry. The Romand Zero Velvet Tint formula reminds me a lot of the MAC Powder Kiss liquid lipsticks, which was a formula that also has a blurring effect, but it just felt drying on the lips. There might be a slight blurring effect, but definitely not as much as the 3CE or the Romand Blur Fudge tints. So for all of these reasons, it's just not my favorite, and I believe that these don't stain either. Next, we have the Holika Foggy Blur Tint in 04 Hazy. These are $8.48, and the website says that this is a blurring tint that hydrates your lips and leaves a dewy finish. They say that it forms an aqua oil layer to keep your lips moisturized, wraps your lips with a foggy blur layer to reduce the appearance of lip wrinkles for a smooth finish. These have a very stiff, slightly angled doe foot applicator, and I'm just very confused how they say that this is a dewy finish on the lips because it feels and looks quite matte on me, but it also feels really sticky. Like when I rub my lips together, it feels like the formula is trying to dry down, but it never fully does. You know that feeling of a liquid lipstick when it's in that drying phase? That's how these feel on the lips, but they just kind of stay feeling kind of like rubbery on the lips almost. So I feel like this is kind of difficult to describe, so bear with me, but I really like the color. It's like this beautiful rosy warm pink. I think it's really nice. It's just neither glossy nor matte, so I don't really think about it. The scent is also very gross and it's really nostalgic. I was sitting there for like an entire day trying to figure out what the scent of this product is, and then it hit me. It's slime. It smells like slime, like the slime you played with as a kid. That's strong. That's what this smells like. It's very off-putting. I don't want this going anywhere near my mouth. It's a real bummer because I absolutely love the color of this, but the formula and the smell is just frankly bizarre. Lastly, in the matte category, we have the Etude Fixing Tint in 11 Rose Blending. This is $10.01 on YesStyle, and the website says this lip tint's Hydra Matte formula offers long-lasting wear. The weightless texture blends smoothly onto the lips without transferring onto your face mask. These have a stiff angled doe foot applicator, much like the other matte formulas we've seen, and this one surprisingly has a strong artificial vanilla scent. So definitely heads up on that. It's very strong and very chemically, and it doesn't fade very quickly. This is actually more like a traditional liquid lipstick formula, which I was not expecting. Usually K-beauty lip products have some type of like creaminess to them that makes them feel really moisturizing, even if they do set down. But this actually has more of like a traditional liquid lipstick formula, which I was not expecting. It's really just like a thin, watery, matte liquid lipstick, so I much prefer the 3CE Water Blur tints. One thing that's nice about it though is it does leave a strong stain behind. So in summary on these, they're not really super matte, they're not really glossy, they don't feel super comfortable. For me, this one would be a pass. Now let's talk about the biggest category of all, glossy lip tints. Actually, let's start with the product that doesn't exactly fit that category. So this is the Etude Dear Darling Water Tint in Cherry Aid, which is number 02. These are just $4.20, and the website says this water tint offers a refreshing, fruity burst of moisture to your lips. The description is a little off there. What I would say is I was interested in this because I wanted it to be a dupe for the Benefit Benetint. Unfortunately, this just did not end up working out for me. You have to be very careful because this is ultra watery. Like, this will just spill everywhere. It got all in my teeth when I accidentally applied a little bit too much, and I was horrified. It made me look like I was bleeding from my gums. So I definitely have to just let my lips dry before I rub them together, which is not very convenient, so I don't really love that about it. I do like the appearance of this. I love this bright cherry red color. I think it's so beautiful, and I'm definitely looking for a better version of this product. It has a very, very intense grape medicine scent, which definitely isn't my favorite. This also did not stain well at all. It came off super quickly, and I have a picture here of me wearing it just like 20 minutes after I ate a very, very small snack, and this product it just doesn't do anything for me. I don't really see anything positive about it whatsoever other than the $4 price point. Well, if I didn't like this lip stain before, now I hate it with a burning passion in my soul. It was just sitting on my desk the other day, and I think I casually bumped it with my purse. It rolled off my desk and shattered all over the floor. Didn't just break into a couple different pieces. It shattered into like a million tiny pieces. I'm still finding glass somehow. And not only that, it completely ruined my shoes, completely ruined my pants. I had to throw them in the trash. And most importantly, it permanently damaged my floors. And I have a bone to pick with the Etude House, because if you're gonna have a product that stains, you better put it in packaging that is not so susceptible to breaking. So I'm gonna give this one a 0 out of 10. Now we can get into some glossy lip stains, and I think the first one I ever tried was maybe the Kaja Jelly Charm tint in Fig Soda. The website says, helps create a long-lasting glasting lip look, offers prolonged adherence without caking. So this is more like a gel-like jelly stain, so it doesn't really feel comparable to any other products in the lip tint category. All of the others are more of like a liquid that sets down on the lips. This is great because of that jelly-like texture. It's certainly not as runny as the other products. There's a lot more viscosity to this, and because of that, there's a little bit of like a cushiony moisturizing texture that I love. So it's definitely one of my favorite formulas. It has a very light peach smell, not as artificial as Romand, so I like that. It feels super comfortable and hydrating on the lips, and it has a very, very small, straight, stiff doe foot applicator. Frankly though, I just hate the packaging. This is really small. The applicator is really small. It's like super chunky and it's rubberized, so I don't know. There's just something about it. This packaging doesn't appeal to me whatsoever. It doesn't make me want to reach for it, and it kind of fits oddly into my makeup drawers. So unfortunately, I think this is just like a banger of a formula in packaging that makes me not reach for it that much. I honestly have to pull this out of my drawers, set it by my desk, and remind myself to keep using it because it is a really beautiful formula. Now let's compare the 3 Romand lip tint formulas, and I'm gonna start with the one I've been wearing in this video. If I could only pick one glossy lip tint from this video, it would be the Romand Dewy Full Water Tint, and the color that I've been wearing throughout this video is 07 Cherry Way, but I also picked up the shades 01 In Coral and 13 Custard Mauve. Before we get into all of these lip tints that are extraordinarily similar, I want you to know that I purposefully picked shades that I thought would be similar. I was looking for either like warm reds or kind of like muted mauve colors. So the Romand Dewy Full Water tints are around $8.42 on YesStyle, and the website says they're a lip tint that leaves a dewy, succulent finish. They contain 4 types of herb extracts like lavender, oregano, thyme, and rosemary to nourish the lips. So these have a very, very subtle kind of interesting herbal scent, and obviously that seems to come from like the oregano, thyme, and rosemary or whatever. And it also has like a little bit of an herbal taste, but I'm usually super sensitive to stuff like that, and it doesn't bother me at all, and it fades incredibly fast, so don't let that scare you. These are the most comfortable lip tint. They also feel like the most moisturizing and comfortable on the lips versus all the other lip tints in this video, and that's why I like them. They have this like barely there feel, but there's a little bit more of a gel-like quality to these than there are to any of the other Romand tints, tints or any of the other tints in this video. That gel-like quality is what I find makes lip products more comfortable, like the Kaja one. So the Roman Dewy Full Water tints are by far my favorite. So I really like that thin gel-like texture. They're not as glossy as the Roman Glasting water tints, but I don't mind that. I can always just add a gloss on top if I want to. I just think that they are so comfortable and they leave a really nice stain behind. I've been trying to wrap my head around what this smell is. It's like something kind of herbal, but it was the grapefruit that I was missing. Okay, that's it. It's like a grapefruit smell with a little bit of like an herbaceous kind of taste. I actually kind of like it. Let's talk about what I think is the most well-known lip tint, which is the Roman Juicy Lasting Tints, and I have these in at least 10 colors. I'm only gonna show my favorites in this video so you can really see the application footage rather than just like a quick clip of each one. The Roman Juicy Lasting Tints are about $8.68 on YesStyle, and the website says that they have sheer to bold pigment depending on the shade. They're Roman's best-selling lip tint and lively. They have vibrant tints available in 9 fruity shades, but they have tons of different collections, so they have way more than just 9 shades. They have highly pigmented color that stays on all day to give the lips a juicy shine, and they create gorgeous glossy lips without any oiliness. So these don't have as much of that gel-like quality of the Roman Dewy Full Water tints, but I've noticed that they do seem to have the most staining power out of all the Roman tints. They have a thin doe foot applicator, and I don't love that. One of the reasons I like the Roman Dewy Full one so much was that flexible paddle tip applicator. And the Roman Juicy Lasting tints have an artificial peach scent that is quite chemically. I don't really love it. They're a little bit glossy, but I much prefer to just blot these and then add like a super high shine gloss on top. And they definitely have a thicker, kind of more creamy consistency than a lot of the other lip tints in this video. And what's great about them is that they have such a large shade range. I mean, there are so many different shades you can choose from. Throughout the, 6, 7+ months that I spent researching products for this video, there were many nights when I was just watching footage online of the Juicy Lasting tints to find what shades I should purchase. So if you're looking for a Roman tint that stains the most and has the biggest color selection, I would go for the Roman Juicy Lasting tints. But if you're looking for a Roman tint that's a little more on the shiny glossy side, then I would go for the Glasting water tint. These are about $7.70 on YesStyle, and these have a fruity floral scent. So don't love the fruity floral. That's kind of why I find I don't reach for these, but I do really love the packaging. I love the clear cap. As with most K-beauty tints, you do need to wait like a minute or so for the shine to come through, and I especially find that to be relevant for the Glasting water tint. I have no idea how the technology works, but if you layer it before you get the shine, you can end up with too much pigment, so you have to kind of like wait a little bit for the gloss to kind of come through. If anybody knows the technology behind that, please let us know because I think it's fascinating. I absolutely love the glossy shine of these, and if I could create my perfect Roman tint to really sum up all of my thoughts, I would want the flexible applicator and the moisturizing formula of the Roman Dewy Full Water tint. I would want the shade range and the staining quality of the Juicy Lasting tints, and I would want the packaging and the shine of the Glasting water tints. So I hope I was able to give you a very easy, digestible way to understand the differences between these 3 formulas, because on the website, it would be really difficult to know the difference. But one of my all-time favorite lip tints that I just cannot stop reaching for is the Wake Make Dewy Gel Glow Tint in Fig Filling. This is so good, and I've never heard anybody talk about it. It's just $5.70. It's so freaking good. Although now that I just pulled up the website, suddenly it's back up to $10.74. So again, prices on YesStyle do fluctuate. The website says, get kissable lips with this glossy lip tint that combines long-lasting adherence with a high-shine glass-like finish. It contains jojoba seed oil, shea butter, and other plant-based ingredients to help keep your smackers plump and hydrated. The lightweight texture glides on smoothly and doesn't leave a sticky after feel. Points for packaging. I think that the clear, reflective metallic packaging of this is really cool. And I also love a flexible doe foot applicator, just like the Roman Dewy Full Water tints. Those are so much more comfortable to apply. I really like how the applicator hugs the lips. This formula has a thin gel-like consistency, and it gets shinier the more that you build it up. It's kind of similar to the Roman Glasting water tint and the Clio Crystal Glam tints. And something that's nice and different about it is it has an apple scent, but it is a perfumey kind of apple. So the like perfuminess of the fragrance does kind of get in my mouth a little bit, and I don't like the taste of it, but the scent is a really refreshing apple that I kind of like. The formula is really comfortable. I never feel like my lips get dry with this one, and it does have a light staining effect. It's not like a super intense stain, but it is there. And I think the shade Fig Filling is one of the best shades from this entire video. And again, I've been wearing this for months. It's been in favorites videos before. I love it, and if I didn't just get laid off from my corporate job, I would want to buy more shades. I really like the Clio Crystal Glam tints. I have the shades 04 Pale Plum and 06 Daily Mauve. These are $16.19, so way more expensive than the majority of the products we've seen in this video. The website says, amp up those summer vibes with this glossy lip tint that delivers a high shine glass-like finish. Infused with rose extract and squalane, the lip tint glides on smoothly and keeps your smacker plump and kissable all day long. Comes in 8 shades ranging from soft peach to bright red. These have a flexible doe foot applicator that really hugs the lips. Again, that's my favorite kind of applicator for any lip product. And they feel kind of like the Romand Glasting Water Tint or the Wake Make Dewy Gel Tint, in that there's like a thin gel formula, and the more you build it up, the shinier it gets and the more pigment you get. They do leave a stain, but it's a little more on the light side, although that could just be the shade that I got, and there's a very subtle apricot scent. It's definitely one of the least fragranced products that I've tried. Overall, I like these, but they're not super pigmented. They don't leave a really intense stain, so I just find that they're a little bit forgettable, but overall, I really do like the formula and the colors. Next, we have the Peripera Ink Mood Glowy Tint in number 10 Captivating Pink. This is $8.80 on YesStyle, and the website says it creates a glassy lip look using this lip tint offering a moisturizing effect, long-lasting adherence, and superb color payoff. These have a flexible doe foot applicator that I really like, and there is a very strong artificial caramel scent that I don't love, although I've had this product for about 6 months now, and it's not smelling quite as strong as it was before. At this point, all of the lip tint formulas kind of start feeling the same to me, but this does have a kind of thinner kind of lip tint formula. There's a slight bit of that gel-like quality that keeps it feeling a little bit moisturizing. I don't notice my lips feeling dry with this, but I do have to be honest with you, I don't find myself reaching for these because of that strong artificial caramel scent, and that's kind of why the formula is forgettable for me. I just really don't like the smell of it, and so I don't reach for it that often. But these are very comfortable, and they leave a slight stain. It might just be the color that I got, and that's why it doesn't stain as much. Typically, the brighter, more vivid shade, it's gonna stain a lot more. This is a lighter color, so the stain is gonna be a little bit less intense. These are really glossy, which I like, so they remind me a little more of the Romand Glasting Water tints. Ooh, one of my favorites. I have the Daisic Juicy Dewy Tint in 06 Rose Apple and 11 Fig Plum. These are $8.40, and the website says, highly moisturizing formula that adheres well on the lips without leaving a sticky feeling. The oil particles in the formula quickly form a juicy, glowy film barrier the moment you press your lips together. So this has a stiff, short-angled doe foot applicator, and it's a really thin, comfortable formula. There's kind of like a perfumey apple scent, but it's not too perfumey. I actually really like the smell of apple, and it's quite pigmented. So if you're looking for a really bright stain, this is a fantastic option. The stain on these is really good. These are quite thin to the point where they feel like almost nothing on the lips, which is sometimes really nice. And I absolutely love the shades that I got. 06 Rose Apple is like a gorgeous coral red, and 11 Fig Plum is a beautiful plummy pink. I really never hear anyone talk about this specific product, and I think it's super underrated. This brand in general seems really underrated to me. I think I liked everything that I purchased from them. These also have a really beautiful, juicy, glossy shine to them, so I love them. Both of these are going straight into my lip tint drawer. Next, we have the Peripera Water Bear Tint, and I have the shades 04 All Right Peach and 06 Softly Brown. These are $9.60, and they have a flexible paddle applicator that you know I love. These also have a delicious apple scent. It smells very natural. It's not like super perfumey or chemically smelling. And they have a water tint formula, so it's super thin. There's no like cushiony gel-like quality. It really just sinks into the lips and feels like nothing, so you're not gonna get a lot of nourishment here. So I do have to say, after about an hour, my lips feel very dry wearing these. You'd want to put a balm or a gloss on top. I also find that the stain is a little bit patchy on me, so I recommend applying it and then like letting it sit for a minute, then blotting it off and adding a balm or a gloss. And you know what? As I'm touching them on the back of my hand, there is a little bit of that gel-like quality. It's not like totally just a water like the Etude Darling tint. It's just not quite as moisturizing as the other tints that I've talked about. You know what? I was about to discuss the Laka Fruity Glam tint in Sugar, and I saw that this has been discontinued and it's only being sold for $24, and it's been pulled from the regular retailers like YesStyle. So I'm not going to talk about this one, and I'm going to spare you the time. I am going to talk about the Bee by Vanilla Glow Veil tint in PK 501 Nudie Near. These are $14.25, or right now they're $14.06. And the website says they're a glossy lip tint that creates a natural shine, and they highly adhere to lips to give a long-lasting effect without fading off. Formulated with high water permeability, helps moisturize lips and give a lightweight finish. These have a short, stiff, angled doe foot applicator, and they're not super glossy. There's quite a thin formula. They do feel quite comfortable. They're more moisturizing on the lips than the Romand Juicy Lasting tints, but they're not quite as pigmented. But I will never reach for these because they have a very intense floral perfume smell and taste. Like the second it's on my lips, it gets all in my mouth and throat. And for being one of the most expensive lip tints in this entire video, or one of the most expensive products in this video, it's just not something that I can recommend. But if you don't mind a floral taste or a floral perfume smell, then this is a really nice product. It's just entirely forgettable for me. I also find that the lighter kind of nude shades of lip tints don't stain very well, and I would rather just reach for a nude lip product that has like a really high shine glassy finish. So I probably also just didn't get the right shade. Overall, it's nice, but just forgettable. And the last product is the Lilybyred Glassy Layer Fixing Tint in the shade 10 Dear Mauve. This is just $6.48, and the website says, lip tint offers bright and long-lasting color while leaving a glossy finish. Transparent and buildable formula allows you to create various lip looks. Contains hyaluronic acid, manuka honey, and jojoba seed oil to moisturize the lips. Formulated with an allergen-free peach scent. I think something about peach smells and lip products just always smells a little bit artificial to me, so it's not my favorite. I like the apricot scent of the Nature Republic, but that's neither here nor there. I definitely smell the peach scent, and it's great that it's allergen-free, although it does smell quite artificial. This has a stiff, slightly angled, pointy doe foot applicator, and it's a really thin, lightweight formula. I would say that it's really comfortable. It's slightly moisturizing. There's also a noticeable stain to it. It does have a glossy finish. Overall, it's nice. It's not like it's patchy or anything. It's just that it doesn't really stand out to me in any way. It's not quite as comfortable as the other formulas I've tried. It's not quite as glossy as some of the other formulas I've tried. So it's a really nice product, especially for the price point of like $6. But again, this is just one that's a little bit forgettable to me. So before I quickly recap my favorite products from this video, I just wanted to say thank you so much if you made it this far. I mean, hats off to you, that was a doozy. And if you want to keep watching my content, I'll leave a video in the description box called My Game-Changing Makeup of 2023. It's just all of my favorite products, and that video is still very much relevant with the exception of a couple extra favorites I found this year so far. So if you're new to my channel and you want to know what all of my favorite products are, the Game-Changing Makeup of 2023 video will be the best place for you to start. And now let's recap my favorites. Starting with skincare, I absolutely love the Anua Cleansing Oil and the Beauty of Joseon Cleansing Balm. Totally will repurchase these time and time again. Major shout out to the Beauty of Joseon Relief Sun for being the only chemical sunscreen that doesn't seem to irritate me. I totally understand why everybody loves this product. As for complexion, the Purito BB Cream and the Romand Better Than Cheek are fantastic. I've never heard anyone talk about these products, and I'm really glad I found them. Admittedly, I didn't try a lot of eye products in this video. I just frankly didn't really want any extras in my collection, but I love the Clio Glittering Eye Stick. Think that this is just so much fun. Another Clio product, the Clio Velvet Lip Pencil in the shade Coffee Brown. New Holy Grail lip liner. Love it. Can't wait to talk about this on Instagram. I liked almost all of the balms that I tried, with the Nature Republic Honey Melting Balm being the #1 product in this video that I recommend and I love and I use the most regularly. Love the Romand Glasting Melting Balms. I've filmed so much content about these, and I also really like the Wake Make Dewy Gel Glaze Stick and the new Tony Moly Get It Tint. As for glosses, the only one I really liked was the Lilybyred Tangle Jelly Balms. These were so much fun and just really different and interesting. As for the matte lip tints, by far the 3CE Water Blur tints and the Romand Blur Fudge tints. Absolutely love. Can't stop wearing these. Been using them for months. Cannot recommend them enough. And then my top 5 favorite lip tints. Overall winner is the Romand Dewy Full Water tint that I've been wearing in this video. The runner-up is the Wake Make tint in the shade Fig Filling. Love this one, been wearing it for a while now. The third winner are the Romand Juicy Lasting tints. They're a classic for a reason. Number 4 are the Dayseek tints. Dayseek? I don't know. Help me out. How do you pronounce it? I love these. I think they're beautiful and I love the bright shades. Number 5 favorite tint is the Kaja Jelly Charm tint. I love the formula. I just wish the packaging were different. We did it, Joe! Can't believe I made it through this video. I am so excited to put these products away and not have them sitting on my desk for 6 months. Thank you, Vetted, for sponsoring today's video. If you want to download the app for free, you can click the link in my description box. I hope I did K-Beauty proud. I'm just blown away by the quality of these products at such low price points. They truly put US drugstore prices to shame, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.